Hi, and welcome back to the Tea on Realty. I'm your host, Rachel Jackson, a broker associate with Exit Real Estate Gallery. I hope you guys had an awesome week. I know I have. I'm always having a blessed week. I'm always being blessed in some aspect, on some entity, and I hope you guys are the same way. So I just want to start out by saying thank you to Vernon Yates with Ambient Audio Labs for creating my new podcast, Instrumental Music Beat. Thank you so much for doing it. I love it. I'm going to use it as much as I can. It gets me jamming and, my daughter's jamming and everything. So thank you, Vernon Yates with Ambient Audio Labs for creating my new podcast, musical instrumental beat. So, welcome. And we're going to get right into the tea on realty for today. So today I'm going to be talking about something that people say to me all the time. And that is, I want to buy a house. You know what I say? So does everybody else. What makes you different from them? I usually get a pause and, if I'm looking at my face, they're looking at me like, what you mean? What makes me better than them or different than them? Yes, I want to know because I need to know what's driving you. My next question is, what have you been doing in preparation for buying a home? You're saying you want to buy a home, but tell me what you've been doing. Are you currently working? I know you're like, why would you ask them if they working? Of course they're working. Not. You'd be surprised when there are people who they say I'm in between jobs right now, but I have money saved. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. You do know you need continuous cash flow if you finna get a loan. Because if you want somebody to lend you some money, they need to know that you're going to have money coming in so you can continue to pay them back. How much money you got saved? I know these seem like questions like, oh man, she getting all up in my business. But guess what? If you want to buy this house, somebody got to get all up in your business. And it might as well be your realtor because it's going to be the lender. Trust me. So, what's your credit score looking like? When the last time you checked your credit? What's on the credit? Do you even know that? If you are not checking your credit at least once every 30 days or 60 days at the longest, you need to be doing that. You need to be checking your credit every 60 days because stuff pops up and stuff disappears like water, and you need to be on top of it. Do you have a lot of recent debt that you owe? Do you have high balances on your credit card accounts? Do you pay your current rent on time? Because these are questions that the lender is going to ask you. They are going to verify with you these very things that I'm asking you. So it's almost like I'm the lender's secretary because I'm asking these questions before I even shoot you to them. That way we can eliminate if you even need to talk to them. So another big question that I always like to ask people is, do you have student loan debt that is delinquent? That is a big question. And I say this because some people say, oh no, my student loans are in deferment, so I don't have to make no payments on it for the next year. That's fine. But did you also know, because I'm here to school you and give it to you on realty, that 1%, even if it is in deferment, is in good standards, that 1% of that student loan is going to be counted in your DTI, your debt to ratio income, when it comes to qualifying you for a loan. So you might say, oh, I'm good, I'm making no payments, but they still going to count at least 1% of that total loan that you owe into your DTI, and hopefully they don't push you over the limit. Half of the people, that I talk to, they're not prepared to answer these questions. And if they are, they have most of these things. They have most of these issues. They have the student loan debt that's either in delinquent or it's deferred and they didn't realize that a percent of it was still going to count. They don't have any money saved. They're in between jobs. All these, they're not paying their rent on time. They're not paying their other bills on time. They have maxed out credit card. I think that because they make the minimum payments on time every month. That's good enough. The utilization rate is what they're looking at. They're looking at to see how much debt you have. How many other people out here do you owe? Before we get us into the same situation like you owe all these other people, we want to know how many other people you owe before we get up in this pot with them. So that's why I ask these questions to people when they come and they say they want to buy. You know what I'm saying? Why do some people think that just because you say you want to buy a house and you have the courage to call a professional realtor like myself and we get you on the right path and they hook you up and we hook you up with a good lender, that's all you got to do? No, that is not all you have to do. That's just a little small, little tiny little entity on what you need to do. By the way, if you can't even pass the previous set of questions in a good standing, I don't even give the lender your information. I won't do it because it's going to waste their time. It's going to waste my time. And I don't want to waste your time. When this process gets rolling for you, I want you to be ready to go grounds, feet in the ground, take off running, baby. I want you to be ready. So if you're not in good setting with those questions that I usually shoot out when somebody first says that they want to buy something, then we kind of at a standstill until you've done certain things. I'm just saying. Another issue, more importantly, why do some people think they don't have to clean their credit up? That they don't have to save money. They don't have to pay their bills on time. They don't have to keep a low balance on their credit account. Do not apply for a million credit card account just before you decide you want to buy. Because you want your credit score to be up because you want to get the best possible interest rate that you can possibly get if you have a higher credit score. Now, there are lenders that can lend with a 580. Some will even go to a 550. Bless their heart. But they'll go. But let me tell you this. When you get a lender that is willing to accept you at a 550 and a 580, that means you're going to have to jump through a whole lot of hoops just to get that loan process. What I mean by hoops is you got a current rent. You paying $800 a month right now where you at. They gave you a pre-qualification letter that says you, based on what you possibly make right now, this is what you qualify for. Your average monthly payment with mortgage and taxes and insurance is going to be $975. But because, you have some issues on your credit, it's not as up to par as you would like. I know you're working on it and everything, but we want to make sure that you can withstand these $975 payments. You know what someone will tell you? Okay, listen, we're willing to give you this amount that we said if you don't lose your job, but we need you to put $975 up in a savings account for the next 3 months. Sometimes they might say for the next 6 months, and don't touch it. I know you're like, what? Oh, yeah. If they require it, you got to do it. I'm going to even tell you that, some people try to get away around doing it, but I'm just telling you, Habitat for Humanity that build your houses with no interest, guess what? If your credit score ain't up to par, it was like hitting that bare of skin, obviously you got to have a 600 to even do Habitat. Everybody in the house got to have 600. That's going to be, if you married, you and your husband got to have 600. They ain't even budging on that. So you and your husband got to be on point if you want to go Habitat and get you a house built through them. But with how they platform is you got to have that 600. Everybody got to have it. And they will require that you have a reserve of whatever that mortgage payment. They will require that. And that's what they require. Guess what? You know how hard it is for me to save $400 right now? And you talk about you want me to pay my current rent of $800 and save an additional $975 for 3 months, at least 3 months. Oh my God. Now I could sit there and say, save this extra $975. I might could do it. And if you have to spend it to pay a bill, as long as you put it back. No, but you can't even do that. You have to put that money over there and you cannot touch it for the time frame that they tell you to. You literally got to pay 2 mortgages right now. How many of you can say that you can do that? I ain't gonna lie, I can't do it. Lord, I can't do it. I wish I could. I can't do it with the way my finances are set up right now. Homegirl can't do it. But if you can do it, Lord, do it. That's if you just feel like you're in a position, you have a low credit score, and you don't have the time to wait. Because sometimes some people accept those terms and they purchase with low credit score because they don't have a choice. They're like, I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to get out of this situation I'm in. I need to move. I will move. I'll do whatever they want me to do. I'll do it. I'll refinance later because I'll build on my credit this first year that I have this loan to refinance. I want to move forward, Rachel. I want to move forward, Miss Linda. I'll do it. By all means, if you have to, do it. But if you can wait to, get yourself qualified for some of these other programs out here, if you get your credit score to at least a 640, I tell people, you want a down payment assistance program, they require at least a 640. I tell people, shoot for a 660 because your credit can drop a couple points and you don't realize. So you don't want to be only at a 640. And then if you drop a couple points, you're at a 638. And guess what? They're not going to curve it to a 640 to make you get that loan. Now, you got a good lender now. You might know a lender that know how to do some tricks and what they call make a little spike in your credit. If you got a good lender, I know some that know how to do that. But when they do that, I'm just telling you, you got to be ready. You got to be willing to do it. You gotta do what you need to do. Here's another thing that gets me sometimes. They buy a car a month before. Ooh, Lord, don't do it. I tell people all the time, or when they come to me, I'm like, are you trying to buy a car anytime soon? Hopefully they say no. Because I like to tell people, like, listen, if you think you're going to need a car, you need to buy that car like right now and don't plan to apply for a mortgage for at least 4 months from now. Because that lender is going to want to see that you have sustained at least 3 to 4 months of consecutive on-time car payments. I know you feel like you got that new car. Now you need to have a new house to park it at. I get that. But by all means, either if you can wait after you close, please wait after you close. But if not, at least you need to be 3 to 6 months before you apply for a house loan before you get that. Because they're going to tell you that. Now, unless you make a substantial amount of money and it doesn't affect your debt to ratio income, that new car payment and that new car insurance payment factored in, then you might not have to wait that 2 to 3 months. But most average people, regular working Joe people, they can't. They don't have the funds to do that, to just, pick up another $400 car payment and $250 car insurance. That's almost $700 extra a month. I don't know. I can't do it. So guess what? Unless that car breaks down, your car break down, you better keep getting that car from A to B where you need to be until after. And I'm going to stress after you close on your house. Don't apply for no credit card. Don't apply for no line of credit. Don't apply for no finger hut. Don't apply for no bad card. Don't do none of that 3 to 6 months before you trying to buy a house. Don't do it, people. Because that will put a halt on you when you say you want to buy. Like I said, this is a good statement. If you that type of person where you gonna buy a house, you gonna flip a car, you gonna do all this, guess what? This is a statement for you. Money talks, BS walks. So guess what? If you got the money, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said. Money talks, BS walks. That's the T on Realty. That's what I'm giving you. I ain't sugarcoating it. I want you to get that house you told me you wanted. I love running into, I run into some strange things that other people have in their homes, that I thought was a good idea at the time. I love having lunch and catching up with you, when we meet up and all that. I love talking to you about shopping. It keeps me from being behind my computer all day, out interacting with you and communicating with you and checking on you, seeing if you're doing what you told me that you said you would do to get that house that you told me that you said you wanted, right? So, trust, I want you to succeed. Darn it, I want you to have it so bad, and I need you to want to have it bad enough that you're willing to do what it takes to get it. I have some sympathy. Yes, I have a lot of sympathy. I have a lot of empathy for people. I know life happens. I know situations come up because it seems like every time I'm doing good, even right now in my life, something come up that cost me some money that I didn't want to spend. Sometimes things come up and it costs me money that I can't afford to spend, but I don't have the choice or the option not to spend it. So I know that things in life can happen to people that will make you do that. So I know that. So, but I still want you to have that house that you told me that you wanted. So, unless your main source of income was completely cut off for more than 3 consecutive months or longer, then I understand why you cannot get what you need or, get in that home that you keep messaging me and telling me that you want. Do what you need to do. I'm going to hold you accountable for it so that you can, so I can do what I love to do. And that's help you find a home. Because I want to help you find that home. Like, that's my goal in life as a realtor, as a broker associate, is to help people find the home that they so love, that they desire. I want you to be able to save that money. I don't want you to have to put up a lot of money. I don't want that. I want you to be comfortable. I want you to find a house. I want you to have your job. I want the payments to not stress you out and, living check to check. I want you to, live the life that you want to live. I want you to get your new house, get your new car, park it at your new house, baby. Decorate it how you want, inside and out. Hopefully you ain't got no HOA, then you can do the outside what you want. But if you do, hey, that's just what you do, baby. But I want you to have it. I'm not the one that's asking or saying to you that I want to buy. So when you come to me, I'm taking it to heart. I'm taking it personal. Like, I'm my one true given purpose is to make you get in that home that you want to be in. I want that for you. I want that for you. That's what I want for you. I don't want nothing else. I don't want nothing less for you. I want you to be in that house that you told me that you wanted. So when you say to me, Rachel, I want that house, I want you to have that house. So I think that's enough Tea on Realty for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the support that I get, everybody that listens and follows and shares my content, because all I'm here to do is give you the Tea on Realty. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can email me, info@theteaonrealty.org. If there's a topic or a question you want to ask about real estate, reach out to me. We'll definitely get back in contact with you. Check out our website, www.theteaonrealty.org. See what the Tea on Realty is all about. This is just one entity, these educational, podcasts that we do. But we are about a lot. We are about helping out the community. We want to provide resources. We want to educate you. We want to do charitable donation. We want to do fundraisers. We want to be out here and we want to be helping you guys. Reach out, follow. Thank you. Once again, I want to say thank you again to Vernon Yates with Ambient Audio Labs for creating my new podcast beat. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. Be blessed.